Hello, modern world history students. I'd like you to take a look at that image there. You see the Eiffel Tower, so it represents France. And you see the words liberty, equality, and fraternity in French. Those were the famous words, the ideals of the French Revolution. So that was sort of what people would yell, liberty, equality, fraternity. Because that is what the revolution was all about. That's what they were fighting for. And I have here a list of what those words mean: liberty, freedom from monarchy, more rights. Think of the Enlightenment ideas. Equality, everybody's equal, should have equal rights and equal responsibilities. And then fraternity is brotherhood. All people of France should cooperate and work together. So those were the famous ideals of the French Revolution. And you are working on writing an essay. And last week and this week, you're working on your draft. You started with your introduction and your brainstorm last week, and you did an outline. This week, you're going to start putting it more together with your body paragraphs and your conclusion. So in this lesson, that's what you're going to work on. And you're going to go through here. In the explore section, you're going to read. I'm sort of, basically what I'm doing through my lesson is I'm trying to break up your paper for you and help walk you through the process a little more. So I want you to read about how to write a good, solid conclusion. So you're just going to go through these slides here, and it tells you the purpose of a conclusion. Specifically, at the very end of your paper, you want to restate your thesis or your argumentative claim. And then you want to just kind of touch on the main points of your whole paper again. And then you want to sum it up with a nice ending sentence. So that's what this is walking you through. Then I want you to watch this video because I think some of you...
Napoleon betrayed the revolution. Whether Napoleon...
I think some of you need more information. I encourage you to also do more research on your own to formulate your opinion on this idea of, was the French Revolution a success or failure? Because remember, they wanted liberty, freedom from a monarchy. And can you really say it was a success if, they got rid of a king, but then not too long after they ended up with a dictator with Napoleon? So was it a success? Was it a failure? Think big picture, though. I mean, then maybe you could argue, well, maybe in the short term it was, bloody and, they had a setback with Napoleon. But think long term, this idea of democracy and the people having a say and ruling. And so, there's a lot to toss around with that. So I encourage you to do more research on your own and, formulate your idea here. Take a stance on, was it a success or failure? Okay, and then also here in the there's a lot here, but this, I call them scaffolds. That's something to help you to write your paper. So this first one is provided within Summit. You'll see it within the Summit checkpoint. So this is where you're writing your body paragraphs. And I like this because it walks you through what to do in your first body paragraph and your second body paragraph. It gives you even some, sentence starter. So that would be, if you're having a hard time with, figuring out how to write this paper, how to set it up, this would be a good scaffold to use. And then here's also a scaffold to help you write your conclusion. Okay, it just kind of breaks it down for you. Again, it helps you to sort of get it started, okay, with some sentence starters. So I have those in there for you. And then here you're just explaining the key components of a conclusion. And then I just have, I think it's like a 3-question true or false quiz on the key components of a conclusion, how to write a conclusion. And a lot of that is coming right here from these slides on how to write a conclusion. Now the elaborate, that's the big piece. That is your Summit checkpoint where you're going to do your rough draft. So let me actually open up Summit, if I can find it. Oops. Here. So yes, here, this is what you're going to be submitting. So everything I'm giving you in my lesson is to help you to complete this checkpoint, your essay rough draft. And I will tell you, once you have this done, you're practically done with your one final product right here, which is your essay. So this is your rough draft. I will take a look at it, give you feedback. I also encourage you, before you submit it to me, to have a parent or a guardian or a sibling or a friend to peer review it. In other words, have them read through it, proofread, give you suggestions. Okay, so the key point is, though, take a stance on this issue of, was the revolution successful or was it a failure? And then you need to be supporting that with key evidence. Think of everything we've learned throughout this whole project. Okay, so yes, you will submit that right here. Okay? All right, and then as always, we end the lesson with just a reflection. Okay, so if you have any questions or concerns while you are working on this, be sure to reach out to me. I'm always here to help you along the way. And then after this, there's just one more checkpoint, and then we're done with this. So we should be finishing this up by December 20th. That's the due date. And you have 2 final products. So we have this one about the essay that you're currently doing your draft on this week. And then you have a poster you're going to be doing, and I'll explain that next week. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful week.